Shubham. Lead the elements. Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Facing brickbats for the opaque and partisan functioning, the Election Commission today uh, actually attacked a few political parties for creating confusion among the voters regarding the ongoing special intensive revision of the electoral rolls in Bihar. Now, this was a press briefing which was held by Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar, and what he said, and I'm going to quote, "It is a matter of great concern that a few political parties have made allegations of vote theft, despite the fact that their own booth level agents have received and formally attested the electoral rolls. And this only means that either the voices of the district leaders of the political parties are not being properly conveyed to their national leaders, or there is a deliberate attempt to create confusion amongst the voters." Now, he also took a dig at Rahul Gandhi, and he said that if someone thinks that he can use a PPT presentation to falsify and misinterpret facts, then that act is against both the law and the constitution. In fact, he's challenged Rahul Gandhi, saying that he doesn't have a third option. He either submits an affidavit or apologizes. Then he also went on to talk about how election commission is fulfilling all its constitutional duties. Then he said that there are certain elements which are trying to shoot the gun from the shoulders of the election commission. But whatever the press conference was all about, but he did not answer the basic questions about the deletion of lakhs of the voters, why they were deleted. He didn't mention anything about the Rahul Gandhi expose. So this press conference, what was it all about? We'll try and seek answers from this discussion today. And joining me this evening is CWC member and Congress admin in charge, Gurdeep Sappal, who joins us. Thank you so much, Gurdeep, for joining. And we also have with us lawyer and activist Arun Agarwal. Thank you, Arunji, for joining. And I'll begin with Gurdeep because Gurdeep has to go for another show. Gurdeep, how does one make of the press conference today by Gyanesh Kumar? Did it have any substance, or it was just a bluster?
Thank you, Neelu. Whenever action is replaced by hyperbole, empty threats, and obfuscation of facts, we realize that the constitutional body is not doing its job. In today's press conference, the tone and tenor was actually that cannot be expected from a constitutional authority, more so like Election Commission of India, whose mandate is that of an umpire. And today, this umpire, we could see that he was converting himself into a player in this game of democracy. And when the umpire turns into a player, then the level playing field, of which we have been saying and suspecting for so long, is there for everybody, that that level playing field no more exists in India. Today, he tried to hide behind the people of India, the same people of India whose votes are being taken away in Bihar. 65 lakhs have been taken away. We do not know how many more. It may be 50 lakh, it may be 10 lakh, it may be a crore. We do not know. The same voter was today, the CEC was trying to hide behind those voters and constantly kept on attacking Shri Rahul Gandhi, knowing fully well that here is a proof based on the documents of Election Commission itself. And it is a duty of Election Commission to go into those allegations, verify them, and place before the people of India what the result is.
But what all he has said about Rahul Gandhi's presentation, about the PPT, then about apologizing, not he doesn't have a third option. Now, what is he actually trying to tell Rahul Gandhi? And of course, will Rahul Gandhi, now that he's set out for a yatra, for a 13, 14 days yatra, do you think, how is Congress really going to answer this to the Election Commission?
I think it is very naive of Election Commission to try and scare Rahul Gandhi ji. His entire attempt in the press conference today was that he was trying to scare him so that he withdraws from the position that is taken in favor of democracy. That is not going to happen. Only thing this press conference now today succeeded was that the election commission is not prepared to investigate into any reports of list manipulation. Election commission made flimsy difference between the press conference of Rahul Gandhi ji and press conference of Shri Anurag Thakur. What was it flimsy difference? That Rahul Gandhi ji made some allegations along with a PowerPoint presentation. So that is an allegation that requires an affidavit. And Anurag Thakur made allegations without a PowerPoint presentation, so it need not be considered, that can be ignored. So that is why Anurag Thakur need not give affidavit. Now, any of your viewers will know the hollowness of this argument. And I am amazed how a person, a seasoned bureaucrat who has reached the level of Chief Election Commissioner of India, can present such a flimsy argument. These are the arguments which are like in local courts we see that if to catch hold of some very rich person, they put a case of tiffin chori on him or a cycle chori and put them behind bars. These are the arguments invented by the authorities in our country when they are predetermined to attack or to settle scores with somebody. The same tendency we could see today in the PC of Mr. Gyanesh Kumar.
But Gurdeep, what would you really say? Because Gyanesh Kumar said that vote chori is an improper word. It is almost like insulting the constitution. Now, how would you counter that point?
Well, we use this word after a long wait of 9 months. It was in November before the Maharashtra elections that we started approaching election commission with evidence of voter list tampering. It was before polling. It was not after polling. Even after polling, we kept on going with delegations. We kept on writing to Election Commission that we want to help you to investigate. Please give us the voter list in digital format. We want to analyze. We want to help you to investigate. This was the position of Congress Party, that we were not at all attacking Election Commission of India. We were appealing to Election Commission of India to investigate, and we were offering our help. But for 9 long months, Election Commission refused to acknowledge that there was a problem. Election Commission refused to investigate the into the complaints. Election Commission sometimes even refused to acknowledge our complaint, like the one we did in Maharashtra before the election. There was no acknowledgement also. So when a constitutional body like Election Commission, who's the ombudsman during the election, refuses to entertain, what should a political party like Congress Party do? Should we surrender the right of people? Should we surrender democracy at the whims and fancies and the conspiracies being done by a major political party like BJP? Do we allow the mandate to be stolen? Or do we stand up or fight for democracy and fight for fundamental right of people, which is right to vote?
But
So
who's
this is
to
so
judge Gurdeep?
when we
No, but
said vote chori, it was after being frustrated by election commission, which refused to take any action. And if vote chori is today such a big issue that he's commenting on, then what was booth capturing? We used to hear booth capturings also. No? These are the same things. So instead of going after semantics, it is expected of Election Commission of India to see the crux of the problem. The crux is that voter lists were manipulated. We have been appealing to Election Commission to investigate. It refused then, and it refuses now when we have given the proof and evidence to people of India.
But if you look at the tone and tenor, Gurdeep, of the election commission, they sounded ferocious. He was full of indignation. And then he says that if 7 crore voters of Bihar are with the Election Commission of India, there are no question marks on the credibility of the Election Commission. Now, who decides now? Rahul Gandhi is in the middle of all the people, and of course with the yatra. Who decides that whether these allegations are false or not? He says election commission darega nahi. Election commission is not scared of these false allegations. So who decides who's right? Whether what the opposition parties are saying or what Gyanesh Kumar is saying is correct?
Well, where you saw ferocity, I saw a sheepish behavior. It was like in Hindi you call baaton ke sher. Election Commission has reduced itself to baaton ke sher. It can only talk, not act. In the entire Election Commission, not even once Election Commission assured people of India that if there's a problem, we are there to take care of it. We will investigate. We will see that problems are taken care of. We will ensure that democracy is preserved in this country. We will ensure that your right to vote is preserved. We are there. This is what was expected from Election Commission. If it was really a daring Election Commission, it should have stood up today and assured the country that there's a constitutional body which stands for you. But what he did, he hid behind people of India. He hid behind people of India and tried to give very specious arguments. These arguments he did not even consider even once to tell people what will happen to those people whose votes are being taken away in Bihar. So almost 3 crore voters are there now whose documents are being verified. Nobody knows who are those 3 crore voters. Nobody knows. What Supreme Court intervened and directed was about 65 lakh voters who did not fill the forms. And above the 60 lakh, 5 lakh, there are 3 crore voters who are after 2003 list, who have submitted documents, and nobody knows what is happening to those documents because it's a black box. And he has no word of assurance for those people. Is this an election commission? Is this the duty of election commission?
No, but the election commission, I'll ask you two, three quick questions, and I know you have to go. Now, election commission has passed on the entire responsibility to the BLAs and the BLOs that, they did not inform the state leaders. They did not inform the national leaders. What kind of an argument is this? That they are passing the entire responsibility to the BLAs and to the political parties, that they have not responded, they have not tried to get back to the election commission. And he sounded like the holy person that, okay, the political parties come to us, we will try and solve all the problems.
Mr. Gyanesh Kumar should realize that he is the chief election commissioner of a body which has a very illustrious past. Before 2004, there were no BLOs, there were no BLAs. How did election commission ensure that it looked fair, it looked in control before 2004? This system came only to assist election commission, but it is the primary duty of election commission to ensure that the fundamental right to vote is not taken away. It is primary duty of election commission to ensure that voter lists are in the proper format. There are no fake voters, there are no duplicate voters. It is election commission's duty. Election commission cannot pass on its constitutional mandate to safeguard the fundamental right to vote to BLAs and BLOs. It cannot say that, hey, your vote I cannot safeguard your fundamental right because your BLA did not work. This is a completely wrong stand taken by election commission, which is not doing its constitutional duty. The fundamental rights are not incumbent upon the efficiency or non-efficiency of any political party or any assistance in that system. It is incumbent on the election commission to safeguard this fundamental right.
And also on the machine readable format of the electoral rolls, he said that we've scanned the images because it's a breach of privacy. How can we share the footage of our daughters, our sisters? This is the kind of argument which he gave. What would you really say to that? Because it just did not make sense. And whoever you speak to, they said that what is the kind of logic they have adopted today in explaining this part?
This was a clearly misleading statement by the Chief Election Commissioner of India. He misquoted Supreme Court today. He said that Supreme Court has prohibited provision of machine read format of a voter list in 2018. 2018, that was a case filed by Congress party. He should know better that that was not the judgment of Supreme Court. Supreme Court said that time that if election commission, for reasons of privacy, doesn't want to upload the election the voter list in a format which are searchable, then it is fine. The petitioner, which is Congress party, can download those PDFs and convert them into database. You should invest some money and do it. So this was that if you want to analyze, you can download and do it. What election commission did post that decision was that it started encrypting the voter list so that even after downloading, now they cannot be converted into database. The Supreme Court never ever prohibited that. And thereafter, in 2023, Modi government brought a new act the Digital Data Protection Act. And in that, Modi government ensured a new law was passed that in name of privacy, the searchable machine-read voter list cannot be provided. It's a conspiracy by Modi government, uh, which Election Commission is now using as an alibi, not to provide machine searchable voter list to Congress party. This is not Supreme Court's verdict. And about CCTV, one can only laugh at that argument. You see, so many TV channels, they do reporting of election process. They show pictures of women standing in queues. Will tomorrow they be tried under privacy laws that you have violated the privacy of women? So many TV channels, they cover women in markets for their various reports. They cover women in colleges. So tomorrow there's going to be a ban on all of them that you cannot show any women face because that's a violation of privacy. Are we moving towards Talibanization of India? That every woman has to be protected. It has to be behind a parda, and nobody can show her face on television channel. Even if they are doing their duty, duty was casting their vote. It was a national duty they were performing, and but they cannot be shown on TV. They cannot be shown on camera because this privacy of women is so fragile. And to say that women of this country are so fragile in this matter, nothing can be more laughable than what Mr. Ganesh Kumar said today. I think that is something which I say he has been inventing arguments for not sharing footage. He has been inventing arguments for not investigating the allegations. He has been inventing arguments for not providing the voter list. This all arguments that he has invented do not pass the test of either credibility or logic or rationality. Neither does it inspire any confidence among people of India.
Okay, so one final question before I let you go, Gurdeep. That uh, is Rahul Gandhi. I'm sure he's not going to apologize. Neither will he give an affidavit. But has Congress Party today, after today's press conference, have you all washed off your hands of the Election Commission? Because it's a poll body which doesn't inspire confidence. It's not trustworthy. And you yourself are saying that they've not been able to explain whatever allegations you've been making. So will you wash off your hands now completely of this poll
I
body?
think I think Congress party is not so immature in a democracy to wash off its hands of a constitutional body. We know the Constitution. We know there are provisions in Constitution to ensure that such errant constitutional bodies, can be tackled in constitutional manners. I will not talk of them today, but there are ways and methods. We will do that legally also, parliamentarily also, and with people also. We are not a fledgling democracy. We have built this democracy, and we know in democracy if someone goes astray, if someone doesn't perform the duty which they are mandated to do, there are ways to take them to task.
All right. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Gurdeep. Thank you so much
I
for
leave because I
joining
have to
us.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll come to Arunji now and with some deeper questions. Of course, the political questions Gurdeep has answered. But in your view, sir, you've been following the Election Commission for so long. We've discussed so many issues. But what is the first thought which came to your mind when you saw the press conference conducted by Gyanesh Kumar today?
Good evening, Neelu ji. He did not conduct the press conference as a constitutional authority or with the dignity that that post deserves. He was retaliatory, he was using words, he didn't know the law, and he was trying to intimidate a leader of the opposition who is at least three ranks higher than him, or at least two ranks higher than him in the national protocol. And he doesn't realize that he doesn't know the law also. There was no question of Rahul Gandhi giving any affidavit under the law. And this has been repeatedly pointed out to him and others by people like Brinda Gover, by other people who know the law, that it is only under Section 12 of the RPA Act. The period is only 1 month. When you are alleging fraud, you are not alleging that one particular voter or two particular voter. What is the allegation against the Election Commission? And the Election Commission is not recognizing that allegation. And I'll spell out what is the difference between the stand of the allegation of the Election Commission and that of the opposition. the opposition says that there has been a wholesale fraud through the bribing or inducement of the BLO and the ERO in voter profiling and addition and deletion of the names of the voters in a manner to influence the elections. And it is not a matter of something which is on Form 6, 7 that they should have detected. It is a conspiracy and a fraud, and it is not accidental that, or it is not erroneous that some of these votes have been deleted or added. That is the stand of the opposition. What is the stand of the Election Commission? The letter of the law says there has been no fraud, these were errors, and there was no organized conspiracy. These are the two issues involved. Now, if Mr. Gyanesh Kumar Gupta, wearing 3 rings of different planets, decides that no, I'll go by this, I will not go by the organized fraud that has been alleged, that means he is defending his BLO, who is, and his ERO, and his chief electoral officer of being corruption free. That the entire chain, because these people are the agents of the Election Commission when they are in the field. It is another matter that if you are earning 6,000 rupees and if you are offered a bribe of 6 lakhs, whether these people will stand the test of integrity and not manipulate when they have a strong person like Gyanesh Gupta to back them up and show this voter manipulation as a erroneous this thing, and I will not investigate. See, these are the issues involved. He doesn't realize. And the way he took off, that he should apologize to me in 7 days. Arey, who are you? Do you know the law? You go and tell the Supreme Court, I am accusing you that you are partly responsible because you are serving your master. You used to have that record, if you remember, HMV, his master voice. If you remember, there used to be a dog. No, it's supposed to be a musical dog. I don't want to take the analogy a bit further. He should give an affidavit that he is not serving a master and that there was not wholesale fraud in the elections. It is a very grave allegation. It is not limited.
Rajiv, how brazen can Election Commission now get? Look at the brazenness with which he replied.
No, let me finish. It is not limited to Form 6, 7, 8 and BLO and ERO. The allegation is much larger. That voter profiling was done, agents of a particular party in conspiracy with this thing, manipulated the electoral roll. Let me put it like that. It is not the remit of only the Election Commission. The police can investigate this fraud because it goes beyond. Election Commission has got powers to investigate and punish its ERO and BLO. It has a duty, and it says so, that we are supposed to deliver a electoral roll which does not have any mistakes. I'll see if I can get you the exact words, what they are using. Delinquent officials should be taken to task and corrective measures be taken swiftly because accountability stops with the ERO. And the ERO is responsible for delivering error-free electoral roll. The allegation is it was not error-free, it was a manipulated roll. And if ERO is responsible, take action against him. That is what the PPT said, instead of going and shooting the messenger. And he doesn't understand that vicariously he is also liable if he is defending his ERO. Anybody to steal an election, pardon me, will pay a couple of crores because ERO is what determines the list. And you are catching 10,000 crores.
Listed out all the rules. He listed out all the rules in the press conference, electoral roll rules and whatnot. All the rules he cited, saying that
those rules are
unfair allegations.
Neelu, those rules are meant for accidental errors. It is not the BLA's responsibility. Suppose I am a poor party and BJP is a very rich party. I cannot afford a BLA. So the BJP, in conjunctions with the ERO and the BLO, devises an electoral roll which totally supports the BJP and deletes all the opposition votes. Will that be a valid role? And will that be the excuse for the election commission to say that you did not have your BLA, hence this roll went in? The buck stops with the election commission. BLA is not mentioned in the entire this thing. What do you call the Representation of People Act or electoral roll rules? BLA is not mentioned. It is an invention of the election commission. To give list to the opposition party in general is mentioned, because those are transparency laws. Not that somebody will keep vigil over their BLO who is on the take of money to devise a corrupt electoral roll. That is his allegation. And he doesn't understand it. And what he doesn't understand, that these investigation can take place under the IPC and this old CRPC, BNS or BNSS now. And if that takes place, it will be a big embarrassment. It is not a, and he isolates a person. What was the fact that that lady had 2 votes? There was a tick mark. Now, whether she actually voted or not in 2 constituencies, that has to be determined. It could be that she didn't vote. One of her proxy BJP man voted after the electoral court closed. After all, it is all a money game. Anybody can, the amount of money BJP has, it can bribe people up and down the ladder, except those rare honest people, and win the elections. We see it every day. How has India become, since when India has become corruption free?
No, but Arunji, the brazenness with which Gyanesh Kumar was addressing the press, do you think that there was a deliberate attempt by Gyanesh Kumar to project himself as a spokesperson of the BJP? And deliberately he did that?
No, it wasn't that. He was, his lawyers had such a weak case that the Supreme Court did not choose to listen to them and gave them mere 15, 20, 30 minutes in which Mr. Dwivedi was tracing the history from the first election commission and going down to Indira Gandhi emergency and not addressing the questions of law. And then a compromise type of order was passed that, as we had repeatedly predicted, that Aadhaar would be allowed as a document. And that was the crux of it, and transparency would be shown in deletion of the names and all that. So now, to put his case, which he could not put there, and which was in absence of any lawyer, on one unilateral basis, he took off, misquoting the law. His gross ignorance of law on taking oath shows that he does not deserve to be an election commissioner. This has been repeated, and it's not that he has made a faux pas. It has been repeatedly, that point has been made in the press by various lawyers. The least he could have done is show a legal opinion of his Solicitor General.
Absolutely.
That Rahul Gandhi is bound to give what he has alleged on oath.
But Arunji, how shamelessly he said that election commission is not scared of these false allegations. I'm confident that we are fulfilling our constitutional duties. He went to the extent of saying this as well, little realizing that there are so many question marks on the credibility of the election commission, and not one word of reassurance was there that no, we are not wrong. This is where things are. At least one word he could have mentioned. I mean, is he not bothered about his own image? Is he not bothered about the image of the election commission at all?
No, he doesn't realize what he is saying is living in his ivory tower. See, he has the example of Bangladesh. You don't challenge we the people of India.
Yes.
You can't take them for granted. This moronic type of this thing, should I issue notice to 150,000 voters? First of all, what Rahul Gandhi alleged was 1,250,000 voters. Most of them have been shown to be dead. You have to issue notice, not to those voters, but to your BLO and ERO. You don't even know to whom to issue notice. Is this the type of administrator you are, that you don't recognize your corrupt officers? because you are also corrupt or you have made them corrupt. Where is the question of issuing notice? Notice should go to BLO, to ERO. How is it? Or to those people where you have this software rectification programs which have not been run through. Those were the things that you had to attend to. Whom are you bluffing? There is a whole manual over there. You know, they were his predecessors who have devised foolproof systems. 14 chief election commissioners, at least as competent, if not, and I would say each one of them, including Rajiv Kumar, more competent and less partial than him, did not at any point of time order an SIR in a single state or a single constituency. ये इनके हुर के पर लगे हुए हैं कि आते SIR.
No, but Arunji, we've been consistently following the Election Commission. We've tried to, expose whatever ugly things they've been doing behind the curtains. But today, after seeing the press conference, I'm really numb. Are you feeling the same? That what do you do about a poll body when it is being so much openly supported by the ruling party? There is no way out. Courts, I don't know how much of the rescue they'll come to. 22nd of August, they're supposed to be hearing this case again on SIR. But do you think any hope is left, Arunji, at all now?
Not at all. Not as long as this man is there and is not removed. He should not have been selected in the first place. That is an error of the court, and that is the error of the government and the parliament. All three of them have failed us. This was the last person who was qualified to occupy that post. Actually. And it has been vindicated by the way he has acted. Nobody is buying his bluff. Any sane person, has he been able to convince even one person except the converted? He may be preaching to the converted, to the riggers.
This was his first press conference after in the middle of the SIR issue, and I was just wondering, and I was imagining the kind of press conferences which Rajiv Kumar held, and he went on reciting his couplets. But when you compare the two press conferences between Rajiv Kumar and Gyanesh Kumar, who do you find more brazen, more shameless, more insolent, more indignant?
Rajiv Kumar was at least humorous. He was more civil. His tone was.
Rajiv Kumar was better than Gyanesh Kumar.
Of course. Anyway, अरे खराब शायरी करते तो थे. But इनका तो he has no redeeming qualities. The way he is threatened and he says, I am the law, I am the election commissioner. अरे you have constitutional responsibility. आप खुदा नहीं हो गए वहां बैठ के कि जो बोलोगे वो सत्य है. Nobody is. You have to speak the law. True. BLA is not responsible. You are responsible. And God forbid, if there is a police inquiry into the conduct of the BLOs and EROs, he will be nowhere. And courts cannot, if they stop that inquiry, they will also lose their reputation. Because what has happened is a wholesale stealing of the election. And there is a paper trail of everything. He can't get away. These were not errors. Every one of them was deliberate. They had a software. They were cleaning up. They gave an undertaking in court that these errors will not occur. There will not be any duplicate epic number. Now he is coming up with all types of this thing. One voter, 4 epic numbers. 4 epic number, 1 voter. Arey yaar, what nonsense are you talking? Both cannot exist. Where is your software?
But
or did you make money in buying those software or not running that software?
No, but how does he justify his lame duck explanations on the people who are migrating from the rural areas to the urban areas, and which is why and the people whose addresses are not found, their addresses are labeled as 00. Now, what kind of an explanation was that, Arunji?
No. You see, he's just whatever. You see, he may have some small points, brownie points here and there. That house numbers where people don't have a formal number, they have been shown as 0 and all that. In certain things you can grant. But the fact remains that in all these acts, the BLO was every year doing the same thing, and he has responsibility of only 900 people. Today he said it, that one BLO has only 900 people, and if that BLO in that 900 people is doing hera-fairy of 300 people, then it is obviously for bribes. And if the ERO is not checking it, he is also on the take. Let me tell you, one ERO is responsible for the entire constituency. That you will read and you will see that the voter roll of one MLA constituency, one ERO is preparing it. In one MLA elections, the informal money spent is at times 10 to 20 crores. The figure is higher, 50 to 100 crores. Which, if the ERO becomes corrupt, and if he is assured victory, will not a candidate bribe him by a crore? How many SDO rank of people are there who will not accept that bribe and bribe people all down the line? That is what money power has become. That money power is behind all this corruption. So people should realize that it is not the duty of BLA. If you are doing voter profile in conspiracy with the Panna Pramukh or representative of a particular political party and deleting and adding names, your prime suspect is ERO. Nobody else. Has he taken action against one ERO in the entire country? And there are at least 5,000 EROs in the country. Even one? All EROs are honest? They are paragons of virtue? You should understand what is the allegation and what is the stake of the election commission.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, nobody will believe the election commission. This entire election process will go for a 6. He doesn't realize the gravity of the allegations and the importance or the responsibilities of the position that he occupies as the chief election commissioner.
Absolutely.
And he is not willing to listen to his past commissioners. And yesterday only with Kapil Sibal, Mr. Lavasa was there. Let him show. Mr. Rawat, you have interviewed. What has he said? And he should realize they are his seniors. They have far more. They are more experienced because they are senior to him than he has. Humility is not his source at all. And tomorrow, if he says about his recognition, then his daughter's posting, everybody is, flashing this thing that look, ये ज्ञानेश कुमार की डॉटर जो है इनको कमिश्नर बनाया गया, whatever district commissioner नोएडा में, is it a reward? This is what is happening. People are posting a photograph.
Right.
So every excuse that they can find to camouflage this rigging, which has been going on, probably with their knowledge, definitely with their knowledge, one doesn't know with their connivance.
Absolutely.
But the way he has defended it, it may be both with knowledge and connivance. And
My last question to you is that has Gyanesh Kumar now completely lost his credibility, and now he doesn't actually have the face to even face the people, to face the public?
No, the way he is being torn apart in the alternate media by those anchors who have credibility will virtually demolish whether it is Paranjoy Thakurta or whether it is name any Ravish Kumar. He has not been able to convince even one. In fact, he is just the opposite. People, the way he has defended, people say, nahi, ye to jarur ye, this is the defense of a person who is guilty, who's carrying out his master's voice, who is, who is being defended because he is hiding behind those people who have appointed him and is doing their bidding. If he can say that somebody is firing on my shoulders, this thing, so rifle, so the same allegation is there against him, and he is proving it. One constituency if it is shown that the BLO and the EROs connived, you believe me, there will be people who will turn approver. The BLOs are not getting any cut in it. And you will see in that video of News Laundry, where that lady BLO, some Agarwal, she was Poonam Agarwal or something was her name. She is openly admitting that one fine night, 3,000 addition votes were there, and I was pressurized into signing on them. You talk to the BLOs, they will let out the secret of how these people were operating. And what he should also realize, that every state is not ruled by BJP in this country. There are people in other states who will, spill the beans.
Right. Okay, so we'll have to end it here, but it was really a press conference which was laced in insolence, shamelessness, because Gyanesh Kumar did not have any answers to those pressing questions which the entire country was seeking answers for, as to why those 64 lakh voter names were deleted. How will he restore confidence? What about the Rahul Gandhi expose? None of those questions have still been answered, but he's done the big talk that no, we are fulfilling the constitutional duties. There are political parties who are firing from the shoulders of the Election Commission of India. So if he's going to that level, so is that a language which is used by a person sitting on a constitutional post? Or is it a person who is like a political spokesperson of the ruling party? We leave it for the viewers to decide as to how they would judge the press conference conducted by Gyanesh Kumar today. Thank you so much, Arunji, for joining. Thank you very much.